So normally I wouldn't do news, but I thought I would go ahead and do one little news today that is like making people so mad. And clarify just one little piece of it is that Disneyland has canceled their one of their passes. I think it's called the Premier Pass, that is for people that can get access to both Disneyland and Walt Disney World.
Yep.
I think people aren't reading it thoroughly and thinking that it's just in general Disneyland canceled passes. It's not all passes. It's just that premium pass that gives you access to both parks. And to me, that makes sense because right now, Walt Disney World, you can't get the pass that includes the water parks. Like if you had a pass that included the premium where you could get the water parks, when they allowed some people to renew, they wouldn't let them renew at the one that includes the water parks. You had to go down a level. So just for the clarification of that, which I'll probably talk more tomorrow night on Spilling Disney Tea Castle Chat, it does not include all passes. It just includes that highest tier one. So everybody rest assured, they're not canceling completely. Although I do get worried sometimes that they won't even open the park this year, but hopefully they do. Hi, Katrina. Hi, BDF. Hi, Life with Lena.
Hi. You guys missed something really funny. I was waiting backstage, and all of a sudden, and I think part of it is my volume was up in my headphones, and she goes, hi. And I literally shot up out of my chair. I actually had to like scoot back into my chair because I was like coming out of this. Oh, it's entertaining now, but it scared me to death.
It was pretty funny. It startled whoever in the, like, I don't even know if they were in the same room as you, but if they weren't, it startled them to come check on you.
It startled Sam because he was in the bathroom cleaning up. He's like, "Are you okay?"
That's so funny. Oh. All right, so tonight I'm doing Sally, Sally Skellington, or Jack Skellington Sally, however you want to phrase it. And I also I have my foundation on from this morning. I haven't touched it. The foundation I used Ulta Primer. I have Lancome Primer, but I want to finish out my Ulta Primer before I move on to my Lancome Primer. And then I used my Lancome Silky foundation. And then my eyes, I just removed my makeup from today, but I did the same thing that I always do, and I used my Shape Tape Concealer as my primer for my eyes, and I do it up here all the way to the brow line and underneath as well. And I actually put a little bit on this little bump I've got right here. I've got a little bump going on. And my brows are done right now. I don't know if I'll change them or not, but my brows, I used Wink Lux Unibrow, Universal Brow Pencil, though I didn't draw myself a unibrow because that's weird. No offense to anyone that may have a unibrow. And then my spray that I normally use is Urban Decay, my setting spray. I usually use Urban Decay setting spray, but I got this free with my Ulta purchase that I used my Christmas gift card for. So I used this, and it's called Fix. I think it says Bronze Light. It's MAC, and it's a setting spray, and it's kind of got like a shimmer to it that I used today instead of my usual Urban Decay.
Okay.
Now that we've got all that done, I'm going to put my tape on my eyes just like normal, and we're going to do Sally makeup, glam style. And I think somebody asked last time if the tape hurts my face. It does not. I do put like my primer on first, which is my concealer. So instead of it getting stuck directly to my skin, it does have a layer there, and it doesn't hurt when I pull it off. Okay, I have brought a couple of different palettes in. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this until literally just backstage a few minutes ago when Lena and I were talking about it. I was like, I haven't decided what to do. I mean, I knew which character I was going to do, but I hadn't decided how I was going to go about it. So I did bring 4 palettes, 5. I can't count. I've got
what the tape is for.
Oh, the tape. So the tape, it's to give me a sharp line when I'm doing my shadow, because I like to have a sharp line rather than it kind of like blended down. And the tape makes it easy so I don't have a whole lot of cleanup to do. It also keeps you from getting fallout on your face in that particular area. So I use it all the way up until the eyeliner, and then I remove it after the eyeliner. And then any kind of liner I do underneath, I do after I've removed the tape. So the palettes I've got tonight are Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and then the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette number 2. And I'll open these in a second. I have the James Chance Morphe palette, and I have Revolutions Jack palette and Revolutions Sally palette. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use. I need to look at the colors and determine it, but I will show you the palettes if I go to use them. I got to look through them first. Okay, I'm gonna start with my palette, my Skellington Revolution palette. I'm gonna start with this Bones color just as a base color. And then I'm gonna move over to the Behemoth light blue color and then just work into a slightly darker blue. So the intent is to be blue out here, fade a little into purple, and then into pink over here to get 3 of her colors into my eyes. And let's get started. So the first brush that I always use, it's the same brush I always use, is my Luxie brush. And you guys always see my brushes dirty because I don't clean them right after I get ready in the morning. I wait until later. So you're getting to see makeup on them from earlier today, but I do clean my brushes. Sometimes I forget, but I usually do. My favorite kind of brush is the Luxie brand brushes. They're super soft up top. They're not hard. Bristles are not hard. They're super soft. They glide on smoothly. I have others, but Luxie's my favorite. So like I said, I'm going to start with the Bones just to kind of give it a base. And it's really just the shade of my skin. And let's go big here. So there we go. And I've got my mirror in here. Let me put it over here. So I'm looking at y'all. I see you through the TV. That's stalkerish. I don't see you through the TV.
Sorry, I had to go fix our screen door. We're in the middle of some like massive wind warnings, and it was like all of a sudden caught our front door and was banging it around. So
you guys get tornadoes there?
Yes, we do. We are in the heart of Tornado Alley.
We do too, a lot.
But in theory, January is a little early for tornadoes, but it still can happen.
Yeah, it's a little early for us too, but I think it was last year or the year before we actually had one in December.
Oh, wow.
That's 4 days before Christmas. All right. I'm going to look at my colors again. I know I'm going to Behemoth, but I kind of want like 1 shade lighter before I get to it. If that's an option. I don't know if it is. I didn't bring all my palettes in here. I just looked through and was like, I want this one. I want this one.
And now she probably wants one that she didn't grab.
Probably, but that's okay. I'm going on to Behemoth. It doesn't have to be. I just like to do lots of shades. I like to shade it. Like I probably used 10 different shades this morning on my eyeshadow. I just have a habit of, I like to shade it in and get all the dimension in there. And 10 shades is not necessary. A couple of shades is, but 10 shades is never necessary.
You were just having fun.
Yep. I like to experiment with it.
Now, are you still working from home, or have you gone back into the office yet?
Yeah, we're here at least until July 6th.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And when we do go back into the office, I don't think we're going back in full time. And I don't think we're going to have assigned desks either, which is fine with me. I do have some stuff at my desk still in the office, but I don't care to rotate around to different chairs or whatever. I do know, like, so when I first started, we were in a location about 30 minutes north of here. And we grew so much that we moved to a location that's literally 15 minutes down the road. And then not even 2 years later, we expanded. And then right after that expansion, we started to expand again. We were about to put a bid on the property connected. We're in a like, we're above, you know, like those malls, shopping centers that are all outside on the second floors, and offices are in the second floors. That's where we're at.
Okay.
We were about to put a bid into that other space, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So I don't even know that we'll keep that space because we're leasing it. It's not owned. We may end up, once our lease is up, going back to that space that's like 30 minutes down the road, because that space there is actually owned by our company and another division works in it. And we were just using their space for our housing. So I don't know, we'll see. Especially if all of our company's not going back into the office and it's going to be partial in the office type kind of deal. I got something in this eye.
I know.
I will say, once we do go back, if we do go back full time, I'll be glad to get rid of this desk space right here. Or maybe I should just buy an actual desk. I literally have one of those folding tables that up as my desk, and it's a miniature one that I kind of inherited from my grandmother after she passed. So it's much smaller than what I'm used to for desk space. I like having it right here. I just need more space.
Katrina wants to know if your kids are in school, like in school, or if they are doing it remote from home.
Both of them go into the school because I don't know that I could really help them any if they did it from home. I will say, when school first started, my son was forced to do it from home for the first couple of weeks because almost all the teachers had COVID.
Oh no.
My daughter has not had to do it from home at all, but they have shut down the school a couple of times because of COVID cases. And they brought home work and didn't do it online. It was brought home, like printouts and stuff. And then over Christmas break, they were let out like a week or two early because of the whole stuff. And then they didn't go back until this past Monday, the 11th. So we've had them home for like a month.
Wow.
But both of them do pretty well with their masks on their face. As far as I know. I mean, I do see my daughter at Girl Scouts because I'm part of the Girl Scouts with her. And she's usually pretty good. I hardly ever have to say anything to her about putting the mask back on. So I'm going to move to the Morphe palette, James Chance, and I'm using this bright blue right here.
Okay. And as for my school district, Katrina, they actually have an option. They can either do remote at home, and they have to zoom in for each class. or they can be in classroom. But if they are choosing to do remote, there's a whole bunch of rules and guidelines. Like they have to be at a desk, they can't be laying on a bed, they have to have a blank wall behind them or something with not a lot of things that are distracting. They still have to ask to use the bathroom. They still have to ask to get up and fill a water bottle because they are still technically in class, even though they are at home.
Hey, Erin. Hey, Roxana. Yeah, ours is optional like that too. But I would say at the beginning of the year, probably 60% of the students did from home. I think it's more like 70% are now in school instead of at home. I think a lot of places are optional except for California. I'm pretty sure they're still mandatory from home.
I think so too. But yeah, so right now I don't think we don't have anyone that's like choosing to be remote. If we do have anyone, it's because they've been, put into quarantine for an X amount of period of time.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the school's making kids that test positive do remote for a month or something along those.
Oh wow, ours is only 14 days.
We've been lucky so far with the whole. Well, there's a good chance I had it and just had no symptoms because my sister tested positive, and I was with her the whole time just before that. So
Right.
there's a good chance I did and just had no symptoms because she had no symptoms.
Yeah.
She thinks it was a false positive since she had no symptoms.
Well, a lot of people who test positive don't have any symptoms. So
yeah, Playdates and Travels, Christina, her husband tested positive for it and he has had no symptoms.
Katrina says that's how my county is. They can go into school or online, but they aren't too strict about online. They can lay in bed and do the Zoom. Yeah, our school district is really strict on, and the parents and the students had to sign a proper remote etiquette thing, I think, at the beginning of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am moving to, Mischief on the Jack Skellington palette, which is this shimmery blue right here.
Okay.
It's not as light as her blues, but it'll be all right.
It looks good. So what do you think about the Magical Express stuff? I know you'll probably get into that more tomorrow night, but
right. Yes. What's up? What? You just sorry.
You're fine. Yes, Erin, I did get a new lamp. Sam got me a new lamp for Christmas, and I actually have it tilted away. Otherwise, if I had it normal, all you would see is this like weird bubble. So it's actually tilted, like shining a light into the corner.
Magical Express doesn't really affect me because I drive, but my thoughts on it, and I'm sure people disagree with me, especially people that need to take car seats and things. I am fine with it just because the fact that what other places offer that. Now, I know if you go to Jamaica because you're going to another country, because I've done that, they offer shuttle services to the resort. But
right.
I don't know of very many other resorts that offer that.
Yeah, I agree.
So you can rent a car, you can take an Uber, you can take a Lyft. There's other options. I know it's pricey, but factor that in, and instead of using the $60 you would have normally used for souvenirs, use it for your transportation. And that's just Disney's loss in that $60.
I tend to agree with that. Sam and I kind of were talking about it as well. And it was something that we had actually already been talking about for our trip in December. Because we were like, well, we're each taking a carry-on and a personal item. And we're each going to have 2 check-ins. And I'm going, exactly how are we carting 2 check-ins, 2 carry-ons a piece to the Magical Express? They don't have a luggage cart like at a hotel just sitting by the luggage carousel. And so we actually had already kind of made the decision that we were going to go with a driver service. And when I went in November, Sam used the Orlando Sedan Express, and we're looking at using them again because it'll hold up to the sedan that I was in would hold up to 4 people and 6 things of luggage. So
yeah. I don't fly very often, but the last time I did fly, I flew to Texas, and I had 1 checked bag and 1 carry-on bag. And that was a lot to transport myself, especially when my checked bag was probably 120 pounds.
And it was probably all eyeshadow palettes.
Actually, it wasn't. I was going for work, so I took like a small palette that had just 4 colors in it and used those. And I also coordinated well enough to where I would wear all the same color the entire trip. So I was there for 5 days. I took 3 pairs of pants and, well, 2 pairs of slacks and a pair of jeans, and the same color of shoes. So I only had to take 1 pair of shoes, other than like sandals and stuff, so that you didn't have to like whatever. So I was able to pack it all in 1 suitcase, but it was still. I had to take my computer. I had to take, girl necessities. So that the checked luggage, of course, was not. I mean, the carry-on was, of course, my computer. You can't check that. So I don't know. They made fun of me because I went with a bunch of men that I work with. I was the only female, and they made fun of me for having a checked bag because I was the only one with a checked bag. I was like, I'm a girl. I can't fit all the stuff I need into just that.
Right.
Not for a week, for maybe 2 days or something. So I'm going to do, for anyone that's new to the stream, I have hooded eyes. When you have hooded eyes, it's difficult to do shadow that doesn't hide when you have your eyes open. So one thing I do is I create what's called a cut crease, and it's kind of like a fake crease for your eyelid. And I use my Shape Tape concealer, and this color is fair beige. It's like a shade, maybe 2 shades lighter than my skin. I get it lighter because I also use it as contour. So I use it as a primer. I use it as shadow. I use it as contour. It definitely gets used. It's probably the product I purchase the most out of all my makeup. Hey, Southern Pixie Love.
And Denise Campbell is here. And Jeffrey Renendez.
Hi. So to create the cut crease, I take a little bit of the concealer and I put it at the base of my eyelid. And as far over as I want. I'm doing this one pretty far over because I want to do some transition shades into my shadow. And then I open my eye, move my eye around, and it creates a line up above, and that's where your cut crease is and where your fake eyelid will be. And then I just fill it in. And this will be good too to be like a Sally look anyway, because she has big eyelids. Have you looked at any of the food for Festival of the Arts?
No, because it makes me too sad because I really want to be there. It all looks really good.
Me too. I saw some things and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be there. I want these things. Uh, I can't imagine my family letting me go right now, considering I
Yeah.
just went twice.
Yeah. And then Universal released their Mardi Gras info today.
I saw that.
Lots of food from different countries that celebrate Mardi Gras and Carnival in different ways. I'm like, so much food. I'm going to read about this and gain another 10 pounds.
So I watched a video of the 10 trackers and, you know, the trackers, I guess. And I did not realize that you could get butterbeer ice cream and butterbeer and mix it together and make a butterbeer float.
I just saw that. I saw that video the other morning. I've been playing catch up in the mornings on my tracker videos while I'm getting ready for work. And so yeah, I know. I was like, is that like a butterbeer milkshake? Thank you very much.
I was like, why did I not think of this? And I've never had the butterbeer ice cream either.
I haven't either. I tried the butterbeer on my trip in November, and I ended up dumping it down my shirt. So I really didn't get to taste it too much. I ended up having to try to clean myself up in a bathroom, finish out because like the parks close. I think it closed at like 5 or 6, and I had to clean myself up the best as I could. Do a couple rides with my express pass to be able to say that I used it and to try it, and then go back and take another shower because I was sticky.
So something I noticed about Universal,
Yeah,
is I really had to use the bathroom and it was close to closing time. It was like 10 minutes till closing time. They shut down those bathrooms and they're like, no, they have people standing out there. No, you can't use this bathroom. I had to wait till I got out to City Walk to use the bathroom.
I want to say that they start closing the bathrooms like half an hour before the park closes.
I don't get it. I don't know why they would do that.
I don't either. I don't.
Okay, so this brush is not a Luxie brush. If it's pink, it's a Luxie brush. If it's purple, it's a Luxie brush. If it's black, it's, I think, a Revolution brush.
Aaron says the ratatouille is good at Festival Arts and the rack of lamb in Morocco is amazing.
Oh, Aaron shipped me some stuff.
I think he's just rubbing it in a little bit, just saying.
He's like, oh, this is good. You're missing out.
We know. We're aware.
I wonder if there was a way, if there is a way to like package some of that and ship it. Who knows?
You know, what I would like to see, is Disney bring back, and I don't know if Christy, you remember this or anyone in the chat remembers this, when you would get Memory Maker up until I want to say 2017, and you went around the holidays, they would actually put recipe cards of some of the most popular recipes in your Memory Maker as extra photos for the festival.
Nice. I haven't seen those, but they do put like really good shots of like, if you get your picture taken, say in front of Morocco, they'll have professional Morocco shots of that area in your Memory Maker. I have some.
Yep. The stock photos that they take. Yeah. I actually invested in the stock photos, the DVDs before they changed their format. And so I have all of those stock photos. I had like 7 copies of one DVD because they couldn't figure out their program, and it was only putting one photo of their stock photo on the DVD. So I ended up with like 7 of them. They would go, okay, that's not right. Just pitch it. I'm like, okay.
So I'm going to use, to go over the concealer, I'm going to use Moonlight, which is super great. And the reason I'm using the lightest pink, because I was thinking about it and I was like, well, I'm going to be blending it anyway. And I don't want a dark pink over here. So we're going to do light and then work our way to dark. And I'm just patting it on. It's a shimmery, little, very, very light pink. There is a light pink that I would prefer to use, but I didn't bring it over here. So imagine that.
Well, you can go get it.
Nah.
It's not like you're in like a whole different town and you're like, my eyeshadow palettes, they're at home. Well, they're like probably what, 10 steps away?
Across the house.
That's when you text one of your kids.
Go get my eyeshadow palette. Nah, I'm good. I've got plenty of pinks over here. I don't have to have the exact pink. And the main color is in the Sally Revolution palette.
Okay. Aaron says, I wasn't trying to rub it in, but he can. You know me.
We know you weren't.
And Roxana says, I'm sad that I'm going to completely miss Festival of the Arts. And Jeffrey says, Christy, I just sent you some sunset pictures on Instagram.
Thank you so much. Do you care if I post them on my Instagram? You know I love a good picture.
I have been seeing the most beautiful sunrises from the bus.
Yeah, and it's hard to get like a good picture while you're on the bus.
Right, because you're going, you know, it's not like the nice motor coaches. These are like the 90s school buses that, you know, you think you just sat on the floor or there's a spring poking up or something, you know.
We had a good like Roxana, you get to go to Flower and Garden. I want to go to both. Sorry, I got distracted. What was I saying? Oh, I had a really good sunset picture today in my backyard, but it's not really like a picturesque area because the whole line of our back of a yard is like there's like farm property over across it, so that the whole line right there is nothing but trees and stuff, so it's not the most picturesque.
He says that you can post them on your Instagram.
Thank you.
And I want to say I saw that Flower and Garden is going to the 5th of July this year.
How far does it normally go?
Just to like mid-May, June. Aaron, tell me if I'm wrong on that, but that's later than normal. Overall. So the one thing that I kind of wish is that they would and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I know. I almost wish that they would end Festival of the Holidays on Christmas Day and then maybe like the 27th start the Festival of the Arts. And that's a completely selfish wish because Festival of the Arts always starts after we leave to come home. So we have to really move our vacations around because they have to coincide with my school schedule and Sam's school schedule.
Yeah. I mean, I think they should extend the length of it, but I don't know about going into December. It just seems weird to be in December because I don't know. It's so colorful. It doesn't feel like a December festival. I don't know. I've been to Festival of the Holidays twice and Food and Wine 4 times, but I haven't been to either of the other 2 festivals. I need to get there.
I've done Food and Wine and I've done Festival of the Holidays.
Hey, Josh goes to Disney. I'm going back to the Mischief Sparkle one.
Okay.
And I'm going to start my blending.
Okay.
Fun.
And if anyone is wondering, Christy's inspiration tonight is Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Thanks. I'm bad about repeating that. I don't usually do it.
Roxana says, yeah, by the time I move down to Florida, it will be towards the beginning of Flower and Garden.
You're down. Oh, I love that. Congratulations. Oh, and the cut crease right here, I'm just kind of making a more solid line between the concealer and the shadow. I use the Behemoth, which is that lighter blue. Okay, now I'm moving on to my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use this Pool Party color right here.
Oh, that kind of light aqua. I like the green beside it. That's pretty.
It is pretty. I've used that color once. It is such a pretty color.
Once. Now, what can I say? My makeup routine is throw on some eyeliner, throw on some mascara, and run out the door.
Well, I mean, all the bright colors like that, it's hard to use them on just a regular basis. You have to have a reason to use them, or you just have to be having fun and not getting out of the house.
Okay, Erin, thanks for stopping in, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.
All right. Okay, so the next transition shade, what do I want it to be? I want to get some like hot pink colors up in there. Let's see what we've got. I think I'm going to start in the corner over here and work my way to the darker pink.
Okay.
So I think, let's see. I think I'm going to do Roll the Dice, which is this one, and then go to Fillings, and then go to Scream Queen, and then go to Thistle, which is like a pinkish, purplish, bluish color. And just work my way over. It's a lot to blend pinks into blues, make it purple.
Yeah.
And I've got a super bright pink I'm going to use for the corners. That should be fun. It's not shimmery, though. I like these shimmer colors. I'm definitely a shimmer kind of person.
No, my thought in the morning is, hey, I at least put makeup on, and who am I trying to impress? You know, I just don't want to look like a zombie in the morning.
It's funny. I put makeup on during the week, and on the weekends, I don't.
Oh, the only we have Monday off because it's a professional development day, but it's also Martin Luther King Day. And normally we have school. Normally it's a school day for us, but with the school year being so whacked out, you know, they just made it a professional development day. And then we also have Friday off because Wednesday is the end of the second quarter. And so Friday, they have to be doing progress reports. And I'm like, oh, that's really going to throw all the kids and adults off.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to decide if on Monday I'm going to get up with my normal schedule. For those of you who don't know, and I work as a special education paraprofessional, and one of my duties is I ride the bus with one of our kids. And so I have to be up when Sam goes to work now. So his 4 o'clock alarms, my 4 o'clock alarms. So I actually get home after he does now. So I'm trying to decide if I really want to get up on Monday at normal time or if I want to send Sam off to work and curl and hide back under the blanket. Hiding under the blanket is sounding like a really positive thing at the moment.
I like hiding under the blanket. So this next shade, I actually mentioned all the shades that I used except for this one. I also used Deadly Nightshade, which is like the purple, to kind of incorporate Sally's purple. Now, I'm going to use some more blue, but a darker blue, to kind of blend this purple in to the rest. Oh, this blue is called, it's from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and it's called Twerk. It's this one. It's like a bluish purple.
Oh, that's funny, Katrina. we were talking today. Another one of the teachers they were ahead of me, and they're like, "How many weeks is spring break?" And I go, 9. There's 9 weeks until spring break. She's like, "Awesome, thank you."
All right, I'm gonna use Tipsy Girl right here, this bright pink.
I love that.
Put it in the corners right here. Can you hear my kids eating dinner?
I cannot. Can you hear my computer dinging with Facebook Messenger?
No, I was wondering the same thing because mine's been dinging too.
Bonus. Good. Well, that makes me feel better. Tomorrow is my second weigh-in of the new year, so we shall see how this week has gone.
How do you feel like it's gone?
I feel like it's gone really well. I was really stupid on Saturday, and I was like, I'm going to do a half marathon in my house, in place. Oh, the back of my calves still till like Tuesday were like, what did you do to me? I only managed to get a 5K. And I know I say that as if like I only did a 5K.
You know that you can split them up when it's the virtual ones. You can split them up.
Yeah, I wasn't even registered for it. I'm in several of the Run Disney groups because I am registered for the virtual 5K for the Star Wars because I was supposed to do that last year in person. I had it all figured out. Very stupid COVID. And people are like, hey, if anyone wants to do this like unofficially, here's the 5K bib and here's the mile markers and stuff. So it's been kind of fun to be able to like download those, and they even posted some from the Wine and Dine. And so it's been fun to like go, hey, I'm doing this at home, and I put on a video, and I was like, I deleted all the pictures because I'm like, no one wants to watch me doing a virtual 5K in my house with really stupid photos. And so like I would actually turn around and do a selfie with the TV of like some random character that was in the background. It was so much fun. But I was in so much pain.
That actually sounds better than doing it on your own.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put myself through it, and I'm going to do it again on Saturday. It was really fun. It was because with my schedule, and I talked about this on a live stream that I did, I think it was last Friday, that I was going to try to come home and do a 15-minute workout to have some me time. I will tell you that my me time is now watching Aurora Teagarden on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries and going, I don't have to tell someone to put their mask on 5,000 times in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, so I ended up, because I wasn't happy with the shades, I ended up doing, after Tipsy Girl, I ended up doing Therapy Sesh and Not My Journey, which are two, that purple and then this purple right there.
Roxana says she is so ready to leave Chicago.
I bet. I'm going to come stay with you, Roxana, and go to the parks. I'm inviting myself. Hope that's okay.
But yeah, so I think that's going to be my I can't talk. My routine on Saturdays is do some sort of virtual 5K.
Oh, Caitlin's here. Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
My car loud? Can you hear it?
Okay.
No. Because I was like, it's a Mustang and it's like humming, so I'm like, I hope that's not too loud.
Sweet.
No, I can't hear it. I like your dice.
Sorry I'm late. I freaking started working at like 9, so I don't get off till 6 now, so that's fun, but it's okay. It's fine.
Well, welcome in.
Yeah.
If you are new here, this is Caitlin. She joined us last week, and she's so much fun. We're glad that she's back.
a link to her page is in the description, along with a link to Lena's page as well.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start with my Too Faced primer because I have nothing on my face yet.
Thank you, Katrina, for dropping Caitlin's link.
Thank you.
I gotta say, I'm impressed. Caitlin's like, I'm doing makeup night in the car.
Yeah, she's doing it before she goes to class. Yes. Okay, I'm using a color called Certified. It's just like a neutral color from the Jaclyn Hill Palette 2, and it's just to kind of put a line between the shadow itself and my eyebrows, because I don't want the makeup to go into my eyebrows.
I otherwise would be like doing some homework early, so I'm like, this sounds like more fun.
Yeah. Where did my blending brush go? This will work. Okay, I think I'm here with that. It has the purple, it has the pink, it has the blue. I think I'm happy. The next thing I want to do is do a little shimmer in the corner.
Good night, BDF, the BDF. Glad that you were here. Have a great night.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I'm going to do just a little shimmer. It's just like a generic shimmer. It's skin tone from the Jaclyn Hill, or not the Jaclyn Hill, the James Chance Morphe palette. And it's just to kind of brighten up the corners right here.
I just put on some of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm going to use the concealer from the same line. It's Too Faced Born This Way.
Love Too Faced.
Yes. Yeah, I keep going back to them. I'll like venture out and then I'm like, nah.
Okay, so I'm using eyeliner, and this is Too Faced Better Than Sex Gloss liquid liner. And I'm going to line my eyes, then I'm going to remove the tape and do under my eyes. And then I'm going to draw a little bit on my face with my eyeliner because I like to be weird.
Denise says, Mom just asked me how many colors are now on Christy's lids. I couldn't answer because I've lost count.
Well, we can go over that. Let me finish this eye, and then I'll go over all the colors we used.
We need a eyeshadow counter in the corner that we can just click add.
We totally need that. A little widget or something.
Yep, and you can click. Every time she adds a new color or another layer, we can click it and add another one. Katrina says, I don't even count anymore.
I am definitely someone that likes to use a lot of different shades. Okay, so I'm going to tap this and we'll see how many I am up to. Let's see, I used this one first. So we've got the Bones 1, we've got Behemoth 2, we used Mischief 3. And then this palette, I used Moonlight, Rolled the Dice, Feelings, Scream Queen, Thistle, and Deadly Nightshade. So we're at, what, 9? All right. This palette, we used Twerk and Pool Party. This palette we used, well, they don't have names, but we used 2 colors in this one. And then this one, we used Certified, Tipsy Girl, Therapy Sesh, and Not My Journey. How many was that?
17.
Wow. I just used the Misfit Love highlighter and Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. That's what I was doing while she was counting. And
you can officially tell your mother there's 17.
Too many. Never too many, right?
Never too many.
So I'm taking the Sally Makeup Revolution palette. Sounded like, did you use the same one or did you use the Jack one?
I use both.
Oh, okay.
I've got 5 palettes over here, and I used all 5 of them.
So, I don't remember. Oh, yeah.
All right. I think I'm good with the eyeliner.
What to do inspired.
My eyes are watery. It's probably going to mess up too quickly.
I wasn't brave enough to do eyeliner. I was like, if I mess it up, I'm going to be so upset.
I plan on using it again on my face, but first I want to go back up with my concealer and go under my eye, because once I took the tape off, it kind of got rid of some of my foundation and concealer. So I'm going back under here and just kind of cleaning it up a little bit.
Questionable. So my eyeshadow looks funky. That's why.
And guess what? I'm going to use more eyeshadow, but the same colors I used, so it won't be any new colors.
Oh, man. Number 18.
So what is the most eyeshadow you've used in one character?
Probably this one. Because it was like greens and stuff. Like anytime you're using multiple colors, I always use multiple shades of each color. So considering this one has 3 different colors, I'd say this one probably had the most. Although, I mean, when I did Ursula, I drew some colors on my face. So I don't know. I will say when I did Lisa was probably Lotso Bear.
Oh, Lotso.
That was the first live stream.
He's so evil, but I love him.
I know, me too.
He's evil because he was done wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so I took Soup and Thistle. Yeah, Thistle from that Sally palette. And now I'm really scared because I have glitter. And if I get glitter all over this car, my boyfriend's probably going to kick my butt. But it's fine. Do it for the live. So I'm going to take this like blue. It's hard to see in the light, but this kind of bluey color right here.
Oh, I used an NYX Professional Makeup retractable eyeliner crayon for the corners of my eye. It's white, and it kind of just brightens up the corner of your eyes. And the next one I'm using is called Fake Awake, and I use it under my eyelids right here all the way across to pinken up, like lighten up the under eye. Instead of it being red, it's going to be like a lighter pink. And I do that every time I do makeup, not just themed makeup. Now I'm going to go back to this little brush right here and do under here to kind of blend stuff in and close it out. So I'm going to use pretty much the same colors I've gone through. I'm going to go blue and then transition into the pink. So the first one I'm going to use is the Behemoth, which is the lighter blue from the Jack palette.
I regret not getting that Jack palette now because I was like, how is there no blue in this Sally palette? She is blue.
The Sally color is in the Jack palette. There's a Sally color in here, and it's in the Jack palette.
It's because he's obsessed with her. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, Christy, it's about 5 till 8, and so I'm going to have to bounce. I have to get to bed so I can be up tomorrow to go to work. Okay,
thank you for being here.
Next Thursday, I can stay as late as I want because there's no school on Friday.
Sounds good.
I don't have a bedtime next week.
I have a bedtime, but yeah.
So I will see you all in the next stream. Thank you for having me, and have a wonderful night, everyone in the chat, Caitlin and Christy.
Bye.
Bye, Lena.
Bye.
I'm going back to the Not My Journey, which is the darker purple that I was using earlier.
I'm obsessed with this, but this is gonna be so awful to wash off, but it's fine. I am like, I don't know if you ever used these before, Christy, but they're the Bella Pierre. It's Bella Pierre, like glitter pigment, and I've been obsessed with it like ever since high school. And my mom used to get so mad because I would use it every day, and it'd just be all over my floor because I did my makeup on the floor.
It's not this, is it?
No, it's like powder. Like, let me show you. It's like,
Let me make it big.
woo! It almost fell off.
Did you spill it? That's pretty.
It's very, very fine glitter. Like, I wonder if I can get it on my finger. Oh, there you go.
Oh, wait, let me make it big again. Yeah, I like that.
It's gorgeous, but it's like messy. Like,
I went to the therapy sesh purple, which is the lighter purple.
ready. Okay. I think I got all the excess glitter off my face, but
What time is your dance class?
it's at 8. Like, so it's almost like, because I work like an hour away from my house, so it's like pointless to go there just to like change and drive right over here.
Yeah.
Straight from my work to here, and I was like, I could sit at a Starbucks and do homework. And you were like, oh, just come to the stream, and I was like, okay, cool, that's way better than doing homework.
So I did in the corners, I did the Tipsy Girl pink, which is what I was using earlier. Let me pull up the chat so I can, the chat was up in our Streamlabs, but it goes so slow there. So I just pulled up the chat.
It lags hardcore.
Oh,
I used my Disney Designer ColourPop lipstick in Prince Philip.
nice.
Yes. I love
I'm going to, since I already kind of have a little bit of mascara left on from earlier today, I'm just going to go over the mascara with a couple of my mascaras that I like. This one is MAC, and I'm not sure what the name is because it came in a advent calendar. And there's no name on it.
I'm in love with those lipsticks because they're kind of like a satiny finish, but they're still matte, but they don't like dry the absolute crud out of my lips, so that's nice.
The one that you're using or Max?
Oh, same. Well, the one I'm using is like it's matte, but it's like a, what do they call it? Like a demi matte, I guess. Like it doesn't dry as well as like other liquid lipsticks.
Yeah.
Which I guess it probably doesn't last longer, but I get so uncomfortable sometimes with like the Anastasia lipsticks. They're so good, they last forever, but they dry the absolute like ever-loving moisture out of my lips.
I do that too.
Yeah. But I actually really like the cream sheen lipsticks from Matte. Those are my favorite.
I really like the Bare Minerals matte lipsticks. They're my favorite.
Oh yeah, Bare Minerals makes like really good makeup. I feel like they're super underrated too. Like nobody talks about them.
They are underrated. I'm using It Cosmetics Lash Blowout now over the MAC that I just used.
Oh, so I forgot. I'm using the Essence Lash. Is it Voluminous? No, Lash Princess mascara.
Nice. As we get quiet because we're doing our eyes.
Dude, mascara like takes way too much focus.
It does, because if you don't focus, you poke your eye out.
I always do. I never do it when I have plenty of time. Like it's always when I'm rushing and I'm like running late. And now I'm like, cool, I have to redo my entire eye because I just like cried everywhere.
All right. Now I'm going back to my eyeliner and I'm going to draw on my face a little for fun.
I feel like with her, like you could do so much with your like makeup. Like she's a really fun one to do.
Yeah.
Really colorful, and she's got like all the stitching and stuff. Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to go onto my lips, and then I'll probably do a couple of stitches on my lips too. I brought a couple of different colors because I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. But I've got, so let's see, this one's just a matte red by MAC. It's called Cockney, which is an interesting name. And then this one is like a darker red. I think I may just use both, and it's New York Apple. I think I'll use the darker one and then put the lighter one on top of it.
I just took my e.l.f. Wow brow gel and did that. Brows are already kind of on from this morning, but you know, it's been a day, so.
Yeah, mine are kind of on from this morning too. I'm gonna darken them up a little bit.
That's the one thing I do in the morning, even if I don't do the rest of my makeup, because my hair's blonde. So like, if I don't put brow gel on, like it looks like I don't have eyebrows.
I haven't used gel before. I use a pencil.
I typically, like if I'm doing my makeup, I usually use a pencil and a gel. But in the morning, I just do the gel because it looks a little more like natural or whatever. But I'm also just lazy, so.
Oh, I think I'm glad that I used both colors because the other one's got a slight shimmer to it.
Oh, like in the lipstick?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's New York Apple by MAC that has a little bit of shimmer in it.
Oh, that's cute. See, I love when lipstick, my mom hates it, but I get all excited. That's like, oh, it's glittery.
Yeah, I love glittery lipstick. I'm obsessed. Okay, now I think I'm going to draw some more on my face. I want to look at her stitching.
Oh no, sorry guys. I'm like doing a balancing act over here, like.
What do you think? Should I put any more stitches in? Maybe one on my forehead?
Yeah, that would be cute. I'm like looking at pictures of her right now.
Okay. I think I'm done.
Yay. Oh, I like it. It's really cute. I don't know how I did that so fast. I've never.
You were so fast. You came in here 30 minutes later and like you finished right when I finished.
To be fair, I didn't do stitches, so.
Stitches didn't take that long. I spent a whole lot of time on the eyeshadow. So let's do a close-up of you.
Okay, I'll like get a little bit closer too. But I'm trying to get in the light. So I just did like really glittery, like blue, and then there's some green under it, but it's hard to see. And then like some purple in the corner, and then like a red lip. I didn't do much other than that, but
Nice.
the colors reminded me of her, so.
I need to take my hair down so we can see the full effect here. And I'll go to me. Fix my hair a little bit. So here's mine. I didn't do mine. Let me do my setting spray real quick. It smells good. It smells kind of like sunscreen, if you like the smell of sunscreen. But this is my Sally look. And we know that I used 17 shades of eyeshadow, 3 shades of lipstick, and eyeliner and mascara. And I didn't do anything with my brows. I just left them from this morning. Man, we're getting quick at this. The first time I did it, it took over an hour and a half.
I feel like if it weren't for me, like going to dance afterwards, I'd probably take longer because I'd do more. But like it's just, for me, it's like they wouldn't really judge me or anything. It's more like I don't want to like sweat it off.
Yeah. Plus, when you start sweating and it gets in your eye, that's just not good.
Burns so bad, but it's fine.
That was so fun. So, you know what? I did not even take a poll for this week. I was just like, I'm going to do Sally. I think I'll try to take a poll for next week to see what people want to do. So we'll see. I know that Nemo was on someone's list to do at some point.
That'd be cute.
Yeah, it'd be colorful too. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Denise. So we're done. That kind of sucks because you still have quite a little bit of time before your dance. So, but you can get some homework done, I guess.
Yeah, works for me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please be sure to check out Caitlin's YouTube channel and her Instagram. I think I linked both down below. If I didn't, I'll try to remember to link both down below next time. And you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enduring our crazy makeup. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.